Hi, Spiderlings. So today's Bible lesson, the story with Jessie and Justin, is going to be on the confusion. And I'm using Gus as my pillow here. He's nice and comfy on the back porch. So here's the story of Justin and Jessie and confusion in the language. Mr. Jason, do they really eat bugs in Africa? Asked Jessie. Jessie was horrified as she looked at Justin about eating bugs. There are a few bugs the people in the jungle might eat, but not usually, replied Mr. Jason, a missionary who was visiting the kids' Sunday school class. He continued, but there was one time I didn't understand something important about a really nasty bug. The kids all leaned forward in their seats. They wanted to hear the story. One day, shortly after I'd come to the jungle, I was out walking with my African friend. We stopped when we saw a disgusting bug crawl across our path. It had two long, hairy antennas sticking out of its back body. Yuck, cried the kids. It was pretty ugly. Well, my friend stopped and pointed at it and started saying something. Only I knew just a few of his words in his language. I thought I heard him say the words you and eat. So guess what I did? You ate it! The kids all shouted. Mr. Jason went on with his story. Well, I picked up the ugly thing and looked at it. My friend kept saying the same thing, so I figured he was daring me to eat it. I thought it would make me look like I was brave if I did what he said, so I opened my mouth. Some of the kids in the class covered their eyes while others covered their mouths. And I was just about to drop the nasty thing into my mouth when my friend slapped the bug out of my hand and started laughing. Mr. Jason paused while the kids giggled, and then he explained. I found out later that my friend was saying that it was not a good idea to eat this bug because it was a stink bug and would taste really awful. He wasn't telling me to eat it. He was telling me not to eat it. But I didn't understand the language very well, and I got confused. The kids all clapped and laughed. Wow, I like Mr. Jason, said Justin as he and Jessie left their classroom. Me too. I'm glad he didn't eat the stink bug, though. That would have been awful, said Jessie. Yes, I guess it isn't easy to get into trouble if you don't... Oh, I guess it is easy if you don't understand the language, Justin said as they went to find their parents. The next day, Justin's mom took the kids to the park. Justin and Jessie skipped along the sidewalk, and pretty soon they could see the playground. Can we run the rest of the way? Asked Justin. Sure, said Justin's mom. On your mark, get set, go! Justin shouted to Jessie, and they raced to the play area and climbed up the ropes and crawled through the tunnels, laughing and shouting at each other. But when they came to the top of the twisty slide, a smaller boy stopped them, and he said something, but they couldn't understand him. Huh? Said Justin. The boy chattered at them again and pointed down the slide. Oh, I think he's speaking in a different language, said Jessie. Justin shook his head and tried to move past the boy, but the boy put up his hands to block Justin, and the kids stared at each other, but the boy wouldn't budge from the slide. Finally, Justin just got mad. I want to slide, please, said Justin firmly. He brushed past the boy and sat at the top of the slide. The boy pointed some more and finally turned, scrambled down one of the ladders to his mom, who was sitting on the bench nearby. Justin told Jessie, I guess he didn't want to share the slide. Guess not, said Jessie. So go, Justin. I want to turn too. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Justin shouted as he whooshed down the slide. Suddenly, near the bottom, he heard a splash, felt something cold and wet spreading across his pants. He stood and looked at his backside and went, oh no! Hey, what happened? Shouted Jessie from the top of the slide. There's a huge puddle on the slide and I'm all wet. I didn't see it. The other boy came over with his mom, who said, see, my son, he tell you no go on slide. Justin was embarrassed and a little mad. Why didn't the boy just tell him in the language he could understand? Jessie slid down the slide until Justin had already dried off his pants. Hey, Justin, This is just like the story Mr. Jason was telling us about when he didn't understand the guy and almost ate that icky bug. Ooh. Justin started to giggle, and pretty soon Justin was laughing too. The boy and his mother laughed with them. Justin felt the back of his pants. Yep, they were soaked, but he didn't care. He could change when he got home. For now, Justin was ready to slide again. Well, the slide's dry now. Come with us, he said to the boy. The boy looked at him. Justin waved his hands to say, come. Then the boy understood. The three of them climbed the ladder, took turns racing down the slide over and over, and they spent the next hour playing together. Even Justin's mom and the boy's mom sat together and started talking. When it was time to go home, Justin and Jessie said goodbye to the boy and his mom. The boy turned to Justin and said, gracias, thank you, then turned and grabbed his mom's hand. That was confusing, said Justin. Yes, but we made a new friend, said Jessie. Maybe you two should learn some Spanish, said Justin's mom as they walked up the sidewalk. Is that what he's speaking? Asked Jessie. Yes, but his mother could speak some English, so I could understand her pretty well, Justin's mom replied. Yeah, and said Justin as he patted his wet pants. I guess it's pretty important to understand each other. It is important to understand. But God wanted us to spread around, and because of that, he made confusion so that the people would populate the world. So now that's why we have all these different languages. There you go.